Pennsylvania. Officially the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Dutch Pennsylvania is a U.S. state spanning the Mid-Atlantic, Northeastern, Appalachian, and Great Lakes regions of the United States. It borders Delaware to its southeast, Maryland to its south, West Virginia to its southwest, Ohio and the Ohio River to its west, Lake Erie and New York to its north, the Delaware River and New Jersey to its east, and the Canadian province of Ontario to its northwest via Lake Erie. Pennsylvania was founded in 1681 through a royal land grant to William Penn, the son of the state's namesake. Prior to that, between 1638 and 1655, a southeast portion of the state was part of New Sweden, a Swedish Empire colony. Established as a haven for religious and political tolerance, the colonial-era province of Pennsylvania was known for its relatively peaceful relations with native tribes, innovative government system, and religious pluralism. Pennsylvania played a vital and historic role in the American Revolution and the ultimately successful quest for independence from the British Empire, hosting the First and Second Continental Congress, which formed the Continental Army and appointed George Washington as its commander in 1775, and unanimously adopted the Declaration of Independence the following year. On December 12, 1787, Pennsylvania became the second state to ratify the U.S. Constitution. The Battle of Gettysburg, fought in and around Gettysburg over 3 days in July 1863, was the bloodiest and most decisive battle of the American Civil War, claiming over 50,000 Union and Confederate fatalities and repelling Robert E. Lee's invasion of the North, leading to the Union's preservation. Throughout the late 19th and 20th centuries, the state's manufacturing-based economy contributed to the development of much of the nation's early infrastructure, including key bridges, skyscrapers, and military hardware used in U.S.-led victories in World War I, World War II, and the Cold War. Pennsylvania's geography is highly diverse. The Appalachian Mountains run through the center of the state. The Allegheny and Pocono Mountains span much of northeastern Pennsylvania. Close to 60% of the state is forested. While it has no ocean shoreline, it has 140 miles and 225 kilometers of waterfront along Lake Erie and the tidal Delaware River. Pennsylvania is the fifth most populous state in the United States, with over 13 million residents as of the 2020 United States Census. The state is the 33rd largest by area and has the 9th highest population density among all states. The largest metropolitan statistical area is the southeastern Delaware Valley, which includes and surrounds Philadelphia, the state's largest and nation's 6th most populous city. The second largest metropolitan area, Greater Pittsburgh, is centered in and around Pittsburgh, the state's second largest city. The state's subsequent 5 most populous cities are Allentown, Reading, Erie, Scranton, and Bethlehem. The ruffed grouse Punahou umbellus is a non-migratory, ground-dwelling game bird that is the most widely distributed game bird in North America. It is known for its distinctive drumming noise produced by males during the spring breeding season. Ruffed grouse are small, chicken-sized birds that spend most of their life on the ground. They peck the forest floor for insects, seeds, fruits, and herbaceous plants. Grouse may roost in trees or on the ground. Kalmia latifolia, also known as mountain laurel, calico bush, or spoonwood, is a flowering plant native to the eastern United States. It's a medium to large evergreen shrub that can grow in full sun or full shade, but prefers partial shade. The plant's bell-like flowers bloom in May or June and can be white, pink, or deep rose. Tsuba canadensis, also known as eastern hemlock spruce, or Canadian hemlock, and in the French-speaking regions of Canada, Approche du Canada, is a coniferous tree native to eastern North America. It is the state tree of Pennsylvania. The following is a list of the 67 counties of the U.S. state of Pennsylvania. The city of Philadelphia is coterminous with Philadelphia County, the municipalities having been consolidated in 1854, and all remaining county government functions having been merged into the city after a 1951 referendum. 8 of the 10 most populous counties are in the southeastern portion of the state, including 4 out of the top 5, and 8 of the top 10 most populous counties are in either the Greater Philadelphia or Greater Pittsburgh metropolitan statistical areas.
Top 10 largest cities in Pennsylvania.
Number 10, Abington Township, Pennsylvania. Abington Township is a township in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, United States. It is adjacent to Philadelphia's northern fringe. The population was 58,502 as of the 2020 census, making it the second most populous township in Montgomery County after Lower Merion Township. The population density is 3,603.3 per square mile and 1,377 square kilometers, making it the second most densely populated township in Montgomery County after Cheltenham Township. Abington Township is one of Montgomery County's oldest communities, dating back before 1700 and being incorporated in 1704. It is home to some of the county's oldest transportation routes, industries, and churches. Many of these older business and transportation centers were the forerunners of modern Abington. Abington contains the Willow Grove Park Mall, several small businesses, and a few of Montgomery County's largest employers. Number 9. Bensalem Township, Pennsylvania. Bensalem Township is a township in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, United States. The township borders the northeastern section of Philadelphia and includes the communities of Andalusia, Bensalem, Bridgewater, Cornwalls Heights, Eddington, Flushing, Oakford, Siles, Trapp, and Trevose. Bensalem Township has no other incorporated municipalities within its boundaries. It is located within the Delaware Valley, also known as the Philadelphia metropolitan area. As of the 2020 census, the township had a population of 62,707, which made it the most populous municipality in Bucks County and the 9th most populated municipality in Pennsylvania. The township, which was founded in 1692, is almost as old as Pennsylvania itself, which was founded in 1682. Number 8. Lower Merion Township, Pennsylvania. Lower Merion Township is a township in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, United States. It is part of the Philadelphia Main Line. The township's name originates with the county of Meirionnydd in North Wales. Meirionnydd is an English-language transcription of the Welsh Meirionydd. Lower Merion Township, along with Upper Darby, Haverford, and Cheltenham, are major suburbs of Philadelphia, the United States' 6th most populous city as of 2020. With a population of 63,633, Lower Merion Township is the 9th most populous municipality in Pennsylvania as of the 2020 U.S. Census. The center of Lower Merion Township is located 11.9 miles and 19.2 kilometers northwest of the center Philadelphia, the state's largest city. Parts of the township border the northwestern section of the city. Number 7. Scranton, Pennsylvania. Scranton is a city in and the county seat of Lackawanna County, Pennsylvania, United States. With a population of 76,328 as of the 2020 U.S. Census, Scranton is the most populous city in northeastern Pennsylvania and the Wyoming Valley metropolitan area, which has a population of 562,037 as of 2020. It is the 6th most populous city in Pennsylvania. The contiguous network of 5 cities and more than 40 boroughs, all built in a straight line in northeastern Pennsylvania's urban core, act culturally and logistically as one continuous city. So while Scranton is a mid-sized city, the larger Scranton and Wilkes-Barre metropolitan area contains 500,000 residents and roughly 300 square miles and 780 kilometers. Scranton is the cultural and economic center of northeastern Pennsylvania, a region of the state with over 1.3 million residents. Scranton hosts a federal court building for the United States District Court for the Middle District of Pennsylvania. The city is conventionally divided into 9 districts: North Scranton, South Side, West Side, East Side and Hill Section, Central City, Minnetonka, West Mountain, East Mountain, and Green Ridge, though these areas do not have legal status. The city is the geographic and cultural center of the Lackawanna River Valley in northeastern Pennsylvania, as well as the largest of the former anthracite coal mining communities in a contiguous quilt work that also includes Wilkes-Barre, Nanticoke, Pittston, and Carbondale. Scranton was incorporated on February 14, 1856 as a borough in Luzerne County and as a city on April 23, 1866. It became a major industrial city and a center of mining and railroads. It attracted thousands of new immigrants. It was the site of the Scranton General Strike in 1877. The city was designated as the county seat when Lackawanna County was established in 1878, and a judicial district was authorized in July 1879. The city's nickname Electric City began when electric lights were introduced in 1880 at the Dixon Manufacturing Company. 6 years later, the United States' first streetcars powered only by electricity began operating in the city. Rev. David Spencer, a local Baptist minister, later proclaimed Scranton as the Electric City. The city's industrial production and population peaked during the 1930s and 1940s, caused by demand for coal and textiles, especially during World War II. But while the national economy boomed after the war, demand for the region's coal declined as other forms of energy became more popular, which also harmed the rail industry. Foreseeing the decline, city leaders formulated the Scranton Plan in 1945 to diversify the local economy beyond coal, but the city's economy continued to decline. The Knox mine disaster of 1959 essentially ended coal mining in the region. Scranton's population dropped by over 67,000 from its peak of 143,433 in the 1930 census to 76,089 in the 2010 census, but had rebounded slightly by 2020. The city now has large healthcare, academic, tourism, railroad, and manufacturing sectors. Scranton is located 56 miles and 90 kilometers north of Allentown, 104 miles and 167 kilometers north and northwest of Philadelphia, and 99 miles and 159 kilometers west and northwest of New York City. Number 6. Upper Darby, Pennsylvania. Upper Darby Township, often shortened to Upper Darby, is a home rule township in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, United States. As of the 2020 census, the township had a total population of 85,681, making it the state's sixth most populated municipality after Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Allentown, Reading, and Erie. Upper Darby borders Philadelphia, the nation's sixth most populous city, and constitutes part of the Delaware Valley, also known as the Philadelphia metropolitan area, the nation's seventh largest metropolitan area. Upper Darby is home to the Tower Theater, a historic music venue on 69th Street built in the 1920s, and to several Underground Railroad sites. In August 2019, the radio tower on top of the theater was removed due to structural concerns. Number 5. Erie, Pennsylvania. Erie is a city on the south shore of Lake Erie and the county seat of Erie County, Pennsylvania, United States. It is the fifth most populous city in Pennsylvania and the most populous in northwestern Pennsylvania, with a population of 94,831 at the 2020 census. The two-county Erie metropolitan area had a population of 270,876 in 2020. Erie is about 80 miles and 130 kilometers from Buffalo, 90 miles and 140 kilometers from Cleveland, and 120 miles and 190 kilometers from Pittsburgh. The city was named for the Native American Erie people who lived in the area until the mid-17th century. Its nicknames include Gem City, a reference to its fine natural harbor, the gem of the Great Lakes, and more recently Flagship City, from a local marketing effort to play up the home port of Oliver Hazard Perry's flagship Niagara. Manufacturing continues to play a large part in Erie's economy, with rising contributions from insurance, healthcare, higher education, technology, service industries, and tourism. Like the other Great Lakes port cities, Erie is accessible to the oceans via the Lake Ontario and St. Lawrence River network in Canada. The local climate is humid, four-seasonal, and snowy, with warm summers and harsh winters, owing to its southern lakeshore location. Number 4. Reading City, Pennsylvania. Reading is a city in and the county seat of Berks County, Pennsylvania, United States. The city had a population of 95,112 at the 2020 census and is the fourth most populous city in Pennsylvania after Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Allentown. Reading is located in the southeastern part of the state and is the principal city of the Greater Reading area, which had 420,152 residents in 2020. Reading gives its name to the now-defunct Reading Company, also known as the Reading Railroad and since acquired by Conrail, that played a vital role in transporting anthracite coal from Pennsylvania's coal region to major East Coast markets through the Port of Philadelphia for much of the 19th and 20th centuries. Reading Railroad is one of the 4 railroad properties in the classic U.S. version of the Monopoly board game. Reading was one of the first localities where outlet shopping became a tourist industry. It has been known as the Pretzel City because numerous local pretzel bakeries are based in this city and its suburbs currently. Bachman, Diefenbaugh, Tom Sturgis, and unique pretzel bakeries call the Reading area home. In recent years, the Reading area has become a destination for cyclists with more than 125 miles of trails and 5 major preserves. The region is an International Mountain Bicycling Association ride center. According to 2010 census data, Reading had the highest share of citizens living in poverty in the nation among cities with populations exceeding. Reading's poverty rate fell over the next decade. Reading's poverty rate in the 5-year American Community Survey, published in 2018, showed that 35.4% of the city's residents were below the poverty line, or less than the infamous 41.3% from 2011, when Reading was declared the poorest small city in the nation. Reading is located 38.8 miles and 62.4 kilometers southwest of Allentown and 62.9 miles and 101.2 kilometers northwest of Philadelphia. Number 3. Allentown, Pennsylvania. Allentown is the county seat of Lehigh County, Pennsylvania, United States. It is the third most populous city in Pennsylvania, with a population of 125,845 as of the 2020 census, and the most populous city in the Lehigh Valley metropolitan area, which had a population of 861,899 and was the 68th most populous metropolitan area in the nation as of 2020. Founded in 1762, Allentown is located on the Lehigh River, a 109-mile long and 175 kilometers tributary of the Delaware River. It is the largest of three adjacent cities, including Bethlehem and Easton in Lehigh and Northampton counties in the Lehigh Valley region of eastern Pennsylvania. Allentown is located 48 miles and 77 kilometers north of Philadelphia and 78 miles and 126 kilometers west of New York City. Number 2. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh is a city in and the county seat of Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, United States. It is the second most populous city in Pennsylvania, after Philadelphia, and the 68th most populous city in the U.S., with a population of 302,971 as of the 2020 census. The city is located in southwestern Pennsylvania at the confluence of the Allegheny River and the Monongahela River, which combine to form the Ohio River. It anchors the Pittsburgh metropolitan area, which had a population of 2.457 million residents and is the largest metro area in both the Ohio Valley and Appalachia, the second largest in Pennsylvania, and the 26th largest in the U.S. Pittsburgh is the principal city of the Greater Pittsburgh and Weirton and Steubenville combined statistical area, which includes parts of Ohio and West Virginia. Pittsburgh is known as the Steel City for its dominant role in the history of the U.S. steel industry. It developed as a vital link of the Atlantic coast and Midwest, as the mineral-rich Allegheny Mountains led to the region being contested by the French and British Empires, Virginians, Whiskey Rebels, and Civil War raiders. For part of the 20th century, Pittsburgh was behind only New York City and Chicago in corporate headquarters employment. It had the most U.S. stockholders per capita. Deindustrialization in the late 20th century resulted in massive layoffs among blue-collar workers as steel and other heavy industries declined, coinciding with several Pittsburgh-based corporations moving out of the city. However, the city divested from steel and, since the 1990s, Pittsburgh has focused its energies on the healthcare, education, and technology industries. Pittsburgh is home to large medical providers, including the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, Allegheny Health Network, and 68 colleges and universities, including research and development leaders Carnegie Mellon University and the University of Pittsburgh. The area has served as the federal agency headquarters for cyber defense, software engineering, robotics, energy research, and the nuclear navy. In the private sector, Pittsburgh-based PNC is the nation's fifth largest bank, and the city is home to 10 Fortune 500 companies and 7 of the largest 300 U.S. law firms. Other corporations that have regional headquarters and offices have helped Pittsburgh become the 6th best area for U.S. job growth. Pittsburgh is sometimes called the City of Bridges for its 446 bridges. Its rich industrial history left the area with renowned cultural institutions, including the Carnegie Museums of Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh Parks Conservancy, Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium, Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Gardens, the National Aviary, and a diverse cultural district. The city's major league professional sports teams include the Pittsburgh Steelers, Pittsburgh Penguins, and Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh is additionally where Jehovah's Witnesses traces its earliest origins, and was the host of the 2009 G20 Pittsburgh Summit. Number 1. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia, colloquially referred to as Philly, is the most populous city in the U.S. state of Pennsylvania and the 6th most populous city in the United States, with a population of 1,603,797 in the 2020 census. The city is the urban core of the larger Delaware Valley, also known as the Philadelphia metropolitan area, the nation's 8th largest metropolitan area and 7th largest combined statistical area, with 6.245 million residents and 7.366 million residents, respectively. Philadelphia has played an extensive role in United States history. The city was founded in 1682 by William Penn, an English Quaker and advocate of religious freedom, and served as the capital of the Pennsylvania colony during the British colonial era. The city went on to play a historic and vital role during the American Revolution and Revolutionary War, serving as the central meeting place for the nation's founding fathers, hosting the First Continental Congress in 1774, preserving the Liberty Bell, and hosting the Second Continental Congress, during which the nation's 56 founders formed the Continental Army and elected George Washington as its commander in 1775, and unanimously adopted the Declaration of Independence on July 4, 1776. For 9 months, from September 1777 to June 1778, the city fell under British occupation during the War's Philadelphia Campaign. In 1787, the U.S. Constitution was ratified in Philadelphia at the Philadelphia Convention. Philadelphia remained the nation's largest city until 1790, and it served as the nation's first capital from May 10, 1775 until December 12, 1776, and on 4 subsequent occasions until 1800, when construction of the new national capital in Washington, D.C. was completed. Philadelphia maintains extensive contemporary influence in business and industry, culture, sports, and music. With 17 four-year universities and colleges in the city, Philadelphia is one of the nation's leading centers for higher education and academic research. The city is a national cultural center, hosting more outdoor sculptures and murals than any other city in the nation. Fairmount Park, when combined with adjacent Wissahickon Valley Park in the same watershed, is 2,052 acres and 830 hectares, representing one of the nation's largest and the world's 54th largest urban park. Philadelphia is known for its arts, culture, cuisine, and colonial and Revolutionary-era history. In 2016, it attracted 42 million domestic tourists who spent $6.8 billion, representing $11 billion in economic impact to the city and its surrounding Pennsylvania counties. With 5 professional sports teams and one of the nation's most loyal and passionate fan bases, Philadelphia is often ranked as the nation's best city for professional sports fans. The city has a culturally and philanthropically active LGBTQ+ community. Philadelphia also has played an immensely influential historic and ongoing role in the development and evolution of American music, especially R&B, soul, and rock. As of 2022, the Philadelphia metropolitan area had a gross metropolitan product of $518.5 billion and is home to 5 Fortune 500 corporate headquarters. Metropolitan Philadelphia ranks as one of the Big 5 U.S. venture capital hubs, facilitated by its geographic proximity to both the entrepreneurial and financial ecosystems of New York City and to the federal regulatory environment of Washington, D.C. Greater Philadelphia is also a biotechnology hub. The Philadelphia Stock Exchange, owned by Nasdaq since 2008, is the nation's oldest stock exchange and a global leader in options trading. 30th Street Station, the city's primary rail station, is the 3rd busiest Amtrak hub in the nation, and the city's multimodal transportation and logistics infrastructure also includes Philadelphia International Airport, a major transatlantic gateway and transcontinental hub, the rapidly growing Philaport Seaport, and Interstate 95, the spine of the north-south highway system along the U.S. East Coast. Philadelphia is a city of many firsts, including the nation's first library, 1,731 hospital, 1,751 medical school, 1,765 national capital, 1,774 university, by some accounts 1,779 central bank, 1,781 stock exchange, 1,790 zoo, 1,874 and business school, 1,881. Philadelphia contains 67 national historic landmarks, including Independence Hall. From the city's 17th century founding through the present, Philadelphia has been the birthplace or home to an extensive number of prominent and influential Americans.